Well, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to Therapeutic Edge. Thank you for joining me. I got something cool on the table. This is the Boker Kwaiken. Now, it's not a regular Kwaiken. This is a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive, and I will put the link in the description. This is lava flow fat carbon fiber, and it is absolutely beautiful. But this is just representative mostly of the type of knife that this is. This is an absolute pokey little pocket knife, and I love it. Now, Boker makes the Kwaiken in a bunch of different sizes. This one is fairly full size for the line. It is a liner lock flipper, as you can see, and we're locked up at about 25%. It is steel liners, fat carbon fiber scales, has a nice deep carry clip, and the deep carry clip is married down into the carbon fiber, so there's nothing to catch the blade on. It's got flush mounted screws. It is right hand carry only, and it is right hand tip up carry only. Now, for my lefties out there, I apologize. This is not going to be the knife for you. It's wonderfully deep carry. It is really well made. This is a great pocket knife. I mean, it just really is. This is my first experience with the Boker Kwaiken. I've had the CRKT CEO, very similar in its thin design. This is a Lucas Burnley design. I really, really like this knife. Now, these are about $100, which is not inexpensive, but you can get a less expensive version if you get the more traditional scales and stay away from this fat carbon fiber. But I mean, look at this lava flow. Come on. This is absolutely gorgeous. Very pokey. If you want to give somebody a little move along, that tip is going to do it wonderfully for you, although it's not super duper fragile, because they do put a little swedge right here, and then it thickens up a little bit before you get to the end. The handle is, well, completely neutral, right? So you can hold this any which way, and it is very comfortable no matter how you hang on to it. This one belongs to Women Carry Knives. She was nice enough to loan it to me for the review. I think it is just a spectacularly pretty knife. It's also really good to use and carry. Let's get some size stuff out of the way, shall we? It is, as you can see, over 8 1/4 inches, so almost 8 1/2 inches long overall. It is a long, lean knife. But let's go ahead and get it a little more stretched out on the table. We'll do some basic size comparisons. Here it is, here's our old friend the bug out, as you can see. The Kwaiken here is considerably thinner. You get a lot more cutting edge and a lot more handle, but it is very, very narrow by comparison. What else do we have on the table? It's interesting. Here it is against the baby bug out, just for fun. I mean, we knew it was going to be bigger than that. Lengthwise, it is a full-size knife. Here it is against my Curtis Warhawk, which is longer, but, you know, not by much. The Kwaiken here is, well, it's a good size. It's a trip because it's so skinny that it kind of fools you because it's so lean. But again, lots of room on the handle. Oh, let's see. Now here's against our old friend, the full-size Rat 1. That's okay. The puppy may bark here in a minute, gang. These knives are very similar in length, but that's the only place that they're similar, right? I mean, the Kwaiken is just, well, it's just a really interesting knife. Action's pretty good. There we go. There's the puppy. She having dinner?
Yeah.
There we go. Hang on just a second, guys. Sorry about that. Life in the menagerie with the many, many animals. Hi, Women Carry Knives. How was your walk?
It's cold.
Is it cold out there?
I feel chilly.
Yeah. I'm sharing a knife you let me share.
Oh, my Kwaiken.
That's right. The Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive.
Hi, kitty.
Oh my goodness, hang on a sec. Well, that was all really exciting. Cats and dogs and oh my. Where were we? We were talking about the Boker Plus Kwaiken Air, the Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. Right. So let's keep doing that. Anyway, it is A long but very, very thin knife. Let's get the basic specs out of the way. We're looking at 3.5 inches of cutting on 3.5 inches of VG10. The grip area from behind the flipper is almost 4.25 inches. As I said at the beginning, the overall knife is almost 8.5, all at the very end. Just a little bit shy of 8.5. But the real magic comes in the closed profile. I mean, even with that flipper, right, if we angle that up, we're looking at 3/4 of an inch. It is super duper lean. Very snappy, right? Good action. I like Boker knives. I've had some that I really love. This one, of course, is kind of a standout. Now, it does have a steel backspacer and a little bit of a lanyard spot. Let's see if we can get that to show up on camera. Right there, hidden and out of the way and very well done. The fat carbon lava flow fat carbon is done perfectly. This particular example has no voids. God, that's pretty. Closed length on the Kwaiken here is 4.8 inches, right? Yep. This is just a neat knife. It really is. Now, the steel liners are milled, at least on the show side, but they're reasonably thick. So it's not super lightweight for its size. I mean, it's not going to compete with the bug out or anything for a lightweight carry. It's similar to the Vaso, in weight, believe it or not. All right. So what are my thoughts? It's an interesting knife because it is really, really lean and easy to carry, and yet because of the sort of thickness of the handle, you get a really good grip on it. It does not feel weak at all. It feels very stable in your hands. It is an excellent cutter. I sort of wish I'd gotten one. Now, we have one in the collection, but I think it's cool. Maybe I'll see if she'll let me carry it to work this week. Let's weigh it out and see how we do. As I said, it's not going to be particularly lightweight, I don't think, but I guess we'll find out together. Magic scale. 3 ounces. 3 ounces for a 3.5 inch blade. Not bad. Under that ounce per inch that so many of you like. I think it fools you because it doesn't look like it's that big, but as I showed you, that is a full-size knife, at least lengthwise. If you are looking for a knife that's going to ride the pocket exceptionally well, kind of stay out of the way, and yet do all of the cutting that you want it to do, this is a really excellent option. At $100, and you are paying some additional from Smoky Mountain for the really nice scales, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find something quite this pretty for that much money. I think they've really brought something nice to the table. Let's talk about that flipper. It is fairly low-key. It looks like it really stands out because the rest of the knife is so lean, but it is actually out of the way quite nicely, and it works every single time. The detent, now the blade is really light, right? So it's not going to just drop shut for you. But with a little wiggle, it snaps down. It completely disappears into the handle, which is the way you'd want it to be. See if we can shake it out of there. I don't think we're going to be able to. Yeah, no. The detent on this is perfect. It really is. You know, Boker is a funny company. Some of their stuff is spectacular. Some of it's meh. This is a spectacular knife. Now, I know this is sort of a short review. In truth, this knife is fairly unique. It's not really comparison or competitive with anything else, except maybe the CRKT CEO would be something similar, but I don't have one of those to show you. So that's where we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. This is the Boker Plus Kwaiken Air, a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. They are still available. They are $99.99. I'll put a link in the description. If you enjoy this knife, my recommendation is to get one, because with exclusives, when they're gone, they're gone. I wish that there was a lefty option for you, but there is not. However, for the rest of us, this is one heck of a knife. It's not that expensive, and it seems to be very well made. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. We'll see you next time, guys.